A Steelers post-game show here live on Mike Drop Sports in the show Steel City Live. Appreciate you all for stopping through. Welcome, John Broadway, TD. Welcome, you guys. Make sure you're hitting the shit out of that like button as the Pittsburgh Steelers. Hey, they get to 4-2 here, and it was a nice performance at times. A performance at times in which I felt like it was lackluster in many, many ways. But hey. We're here, and the Steelers are getting it done. Sorry, guys, I'm going to adjust this light as we get through this show here a little bit. I wanted to make sure that I brought the arm in here, so I wasn't, dealing with that bullshit that I was earlier here today. So I'm going to try this. So we'll see what happens. Let me try to adjust that. All right. But anyway, the Steelers take that W today, 4-2. Again, make sure you're hitting that like button as I bring up the stats here and everything. We'll let everybody start to filter in. I'm sure everybody is listening to the Mike Tomlin press conference and all that kind of hoorah. So, yeah, we'll let that one roll here for a minute. Let me see if I move this light over here. If I change it up a little bit, if that helps. Yeah, a little bit. That's better. All right. Let me get the Steelers game brought up. Let me know what you guys thought. The final score, let me get that again, was 32. Hold on. All right here, recap. If I can get it to come up, was 32-13, I believe. Yeah, 32-13. So let's see who hit on that score. Daniel Warman had 33-17. He was pretty damn close. And Steelers 06 was the closest, 31-16. He predicted the score. He was off by 1 with the Steelers and 3 with the Raiders. I didn't give a score prediction for this week. I just wasn't sure. I wasn't sure where this ball game was going to head for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I decided that I wasn't going to do it, and I didn't even bring it up. So let's go through some of the statistics here for the Pittsburgh Steelers. If we could get this game. Yeah, hold on. Let me get back to this real quick and get through the recap. Get to the recap. I'll get all the rushing statistics and all the passing statistics. But, yeah, big win, guys. We'll take it. And I'm not one to say a win is a win because I don't believe in that. But I think there's some losses that can happen in that too. And the loss of Zach Frazier is going to be a big one. A big one. I don't know the seriousness of that. But let's recap some of that. Thanks, Biz. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate the super chat. Thank you, buddy. That's very much appreciated. I'm going to get to the chat here in 1 second. Let me get Biz's comment, though. Here, hold on. What's up, Jeffrey Champion? What's up, Joshua Shields, Albert Wright, John Broadway, TD? We see you guys. Biz says, I feel absolutely not good about our future. We should be nervous. Nothing but defense was impressive in this game. I'm glad we won, but we were gifted it by the refs. Offense was absolutely terrible. Can't front. There was several things that if you are a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, you should be concerned about. You definitely should be concerned about. No doubt about that. No doubt about that. And it was at times nerve-wracking when the Steelers would start to get a drive moving along here. Really getting things moving. And then, boom, all of a sudden the drive stalls. I can remember one drive in particular where Justin Fields killed that drive. He had a wide open Calvin Austin in the end zone, but was unable to deliver that ball down to the inside of the end zone. Wasn't able to get it in there, and that was very troubling for me. Very, very troubling. And we really got to be concerned, guys, right now. This was the first 30-point game of the Arthur Smith era. Matt Canada never had a 30-point game in his tenure with the Steelers. But there's times where Justin Fields would make a lights-out play, make a really good throw, and then there was a lot more times where it wasn't a lights-out play. And it has to be concerning, absolutely. The best defensive player in the world, though, really came through big for the Steelers. He's been neutralized in his pass rushing ability due to the fact that he's not been playing across from, a Nick Herbig or an Alex Highsmith for a lot of this period here in the last couple weeks. So, yeah, what's he do? He comes through punching two balls out. That was amazing. But the defense was ultra impressive for being beat up. And the offense, it's nothing that I would be thrilled about. I'm not trying to downplay what the Steelers did today. A win is a win. I agree with John, or I agree with Biz, but there's something missing, guys, and I don't know what that is. I'm gonna have to rewatch it because I always need to rewatch it. But man, dude, there's something missing there, guys. And is it Justin Fields? Is it that Is it that big of a difference between Russell and Justin? But Justin saved this Steelers team with his legs, and I don't think if Justin was in there, or if Russell Wilson was in there, you might not have had the same outcome with some of that. But then again, there might have been a different outcome with some of the throws. Let me get to some of these chat messages, and then we're going to go through the scoring. Steelers, let's go 4-2. That's from TD. Jeffrey Champion, I thought Justin Fields had an okay game. Joshua Shields, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I like the win today, but I'm still worried about the penalties. It has to stop, but here we go, Steelers. Yeah, guys, you saw 3 holding penalties there in one drive sequence, which killed the drive. Jeffrey Champion, TJ Watt. He made some plays, but the Raiders were starting a rookie 4th-round pick at right tackle, and I don't think he got 1 sack. That was disappointing, but he caused 2 game-changing fumbles. So, yeah, sometimes it isn't in the form of a sack, but you got to understand the whole dynamic here with the players that are involved. I agree. Sacks, not having one was disappointing, but still a solid game. Albert Wright, hard to make a 32-13 win look ugly, but we sure did our best to do so. Very good comment there. John Broadway, they did something. And yeah, I was wrong about the Steelers score, but not the Raiders at 13. Yeah, you picked the Raiders at 13, didn't you? Didn't you, Downtown? Yeah, you did. You and Douglas Ball picked them to have 13. LOO got that out of my system. We won. Yeah, Biz, I feel the same way as you do. And it's definitely very, very troubling, guys. I'm going to get back to the chat right there after where Footsbig is. What's up, Footsbigs? Good to see you. Let me recap this game real quick with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And the scoring. We started it off in the first quarter with a Chris Boswell 52-yard field goal. Puts the Steelers on the board with 3. Alexander Madison rushed up the middle for a 3-yard touchdown to put the Raiders ahead 7-3. Then Chris Boswell comes through with a 49-yard banger, putting the Steelers back within 1, 7-6. Then Justin Fields rushed to the left for a 3-yard touchdown pass. The 2-point conversion on that one failed, guys, putting the Steelers ahead 12-7. That's something there. I don't like chasing points early in the game. I don't like that. You heard the announcers talking about that. I think there are moments you chase points and moments you don't. Right then and there, I didn't think that was the time to chase points. Really, what was it doing for you, Getting you 14, whoopee shit, putting you ahead by a touchdown. At that juncture of the game, it doesn't make sense to chase that 1 point. It just doesn't. Chris Boswell then added a 37-yard field goal in the third quarter, putting the Steelers up 15-7. In the third quarter, still, Najee Harris rushed to the left for a 36-yard touchdown scamper with a Chris Boswell PAT, putting the Steelers up 22-7. Then Justin Fields in the fourth quarter at 8:21 rushed left for a 7-yard touchdown, putting the Steelers up 29-7. Aiden O'Connell passed to Christian Wilkinson to the right for a 9-yard touchdown pass. 2-point failed, 29-13. And then to cap off the scoring, Chris Boswell with another field goal, 36 yards true, and puts the Steelers ahead for the final score of 32-13. Najee Harris today, guys, having his only seventh career 100-yard game. Let that sink into you for a second. 7th career 100-yard game on a high-valued draft pick guy that plays on a football team that consistently lives and dies by the run. Let that sink in for you. 7th. Let that sink in. Just saying. Najee had a hell of a game, and I'm not knocking Najee. He had a hell of a game today. Played really, really well. But let that seventh career 100-yard rushing game sink in for you. Daniel Warman, a win on the road is what builds confidence. TJ had a great game as usual. Thank you, Jason. Yeah. Guys, a win on the road is tough to get, and you take those, however. But you got to look at how that stadium was set up today. It was 47%. Obi-Wan Kenobi, Nick, posted that 47% of tickets sold were to Steeler fans. I don't know how they get that number, but that's the number that was out there. Foots Big, I think we were great in all three phases. I got to disagree about that one, Foots. I don't think the Steelers were great offensively. I don't think they were great at all. I think there was way too many penalties offensively. I think there were too many missed moments by Justin Fields offensively. I can't put an A+ on a 32-point performance from the offense, and that's what's sad because it all wasn't on the offense. The defense really rose above today, and I got to say the defense really was key to this game and the outcome with the final score. But I'll take it. I'll take it, Foots. I'm not dogging it. I'll take it. All right, guys, we're about 11 minutes into the Steelers Live post-game show here on Mike Drop Sports. I'm your host, Jason. As always, we're going to continue to dive in. I got a coffee to keep myself moving and motivated. Yes, it did, Foots. John Broadway, Najee Harris did show up. You can't take that away from him. I'm not taking that away from him. No, he did show up today, guys. Excellent performance from Najee Harris with the touchdown, over 100 yards rushing. We'll give him that. But I just got to remind everybody the staggering statistic that I have to repeat, that is only his 7th career 100-yard rushing game. And they were bragging about his average from last year. 60 yards a game isn't anything to brag about. Now, Najee, again, perfect performance today. I was happy for him. He needed that. I want the guy to succeed because that means good things for the Pittsburgh Steelers. But nonetheless, we'll see how this season continues to go. The Ravens also won today, guys, putting them to a two-way tie between the Pittsburgh Steelers and themselves. 4-2 sitting atop the AFC North right now. What's up, Sean? Najee Harris played awesome today. Yes, he did. Big Russ. What's up, everyone? TJ and DJ get us the win. Najee was a huge part today. Yes, it was. Sam Mason, I disagree with a lot of this. I see things going forward a plus offensively. 22 beasted out Jet. Giants will get crushed and bye week. Jets and then bye week. Yeah, you can disagree. That's cool, man. That's what it's for. That's what it's for, guys, to talk back and forth. So, yeah, definitely disagree for sure. And throw why you disagree in there. TD, hey, Russ and Sean. Sean, Tom, 47-9. The Lions are beating the brakes off the Cowboys right now. Yeah, and that goes to show you each and every week is so different in the NFL, no doubt about it. Foots Big, Boswell had more points than they did. John Broadwayans know we ain't missing anything about Tomlin's usual blah, blah. I'd rather be here on Mike Drop Sports with all yins. Yeah, man, I appreciate you guys all being here, no doubt. Najee balled out today. Robert Road, TJ Watt, there is no substitute, absolutely. What a monster, man. Sean says, I'm not going to hate on Najee and worry about his past. He showed up today and played his ass off. My hat's off. Yeah, I just got to remind you guys, 7 career 100-yard rushing games for a highly valued draft pick. That's all I'm saying about that. You can let that simmer however you wish. He did show up today. But you got to have somebody in the backfield show up consistently each week, and I hope that theme continues for Najee. I truly do. I truly do. Hey, Miss Pittsburgh, what's up? Miss Pittsburgh in the house. Job well done. I was shocked that we pulled this game off. The Raiders did not have all their playmakers in there tonight. Yeah, a lot of teams across the NFL right now are beat up. The Steelers, I feel like, just keep getting injured. Guys, that Zach Frazier injury, let's all pray to God that isn't a bad one, man. Let's just pray to God. I guess he wanted to come back in, but they wanted to take him into the back. Jason, yep, we do, James. Absolutely. We got to hope that that's not a bad one, man. What do you think about George dropping that ball in the end zone? I'm thinking that was personal. I'm thinking George Pickens got to get his head on straight, guys. He really does. George is in a spot right now to where he's losing himself a little bit. And he's got to figure himself out. And whatever that takes is whatever it takes. I don't know George. You don't know George. None of us do. And we just hope and cross our fingers that he is able to battle through this adversity. Because this is in a really tough spot where he is right now in terms of his personal shit that he's bringing to the field, I suppose. I'm not sure. But, yeah, that drop was a must-have, man, in the end zone. That was a must-have. George played okay, though. He was okay. Thank you, Ed at Ohio State. Appreciate you. Miss Pittsburgh wearing that terrible towel out. I love it. Thank you. AK Davis. Hi, Jason. I hope Zach Frazier. Yes, me too, man. What's up? What's up, everybody? Still 74. Where was this team the last 2 weeks? Good one, but they definitely should be 5-1. Yeah, this team, honestly, yeah, 5-1 is a definite that they should be, but we can't live there. But definitely, you're right. I feel like they should be probably 6-0, but that's just me. It's not that I disagree about Najee Harris today, but our O-line hasn't exactly been stellar item to brag about. Absolutely not. And they weren't today. They weren't today. A continued bad performance from the offensive line. It's difficult, guys. It's difficult with trying to get offensive lines on track and back on track and back to playing well. It is in coaching, in the coaching world, getting an offensive line to work is it's not easy. It's not easy, and that's why it's the most important part. Because if it was easy, it wouldn't be the most important part. It's definitely super hard, guys, to get it going, and we'll see if they're able to figure it out. But today wasn't the day that they figured it out. I know they had a 100-yard rusher, but I still saw so much wrong with that offensive line. Now, I'm not going to kill them today because they did have a 100-yard rusher. They did have some decent plays, but they got a lot of work to do still. And it's just trying, though, that this past game in some instances to where Justin he's missing some things. It's not all on the offensive line. It's not all on Justin. There's just so many things that are going on right now with this offense that I'm puzzled, guys. And I'm going to rewatch that game, and hopefully it gives me a little insight into maybe something that I can tell is going on here a little bit and maybe pass that on. I don't know, but there's something missing, man. There's a couple things missing, and I'm hoping the Steelers are able to figure it out. Sean says, Justin Fields missed wide open targets today. At one point, he missed 3 in a row. I am not that impressed with Fields. Yeah, you're going to have those games too, But last week, I felt like he missed some targets also. That was the one issue that I felt like he carried over from the Dallas game. And there were times today that he hit guys. There were times today that he made bonehead mistakes. That being across the line thing was a bonehead mistake, There were times, though, when he let his legs bail him out, but he's got to be more consistent, though, and not kill drives with bad play sequences down in places that it matters, man, where you're going to score points. Russ says, my phone isn't working right. Can't hear. Sorry, man. I don't know how to fix that, brother. Albert Wright, I think we still need to see what Russ has. Can't spend the whole season with just good enough. If we have good enough to make a run on the bench. Yeah, no doubt, man. No doubt. Robert Road, it was good to see the fill-in outside linebackers having a positive impact. Moon with that block punt was huge. Yeah, guys, yeah, that was definitely something cool to see from Jeremiah Moon, a guy that was brought in from the Baltimore Ravens, that has lingered around here for the last couple seasons with the Pittsburgh Steelers. It was good to see him be a contributor today. I was super stoked for a young man to get his opportunity, and he seized a little bit of the moment today. Could he have been better? Absolutely. Everybody on that team could have, but hey, he did very good. Steelers still have a lot to improve on, but I'm hoping they can get it going. That's from TD. Absolutely. Again, no end zone on the 2 yard line, and Mr. Pick dropped the ball. Guy is just a selfish punk. Robert Road, I still think we need to see Russ. Matt Burton Fields needs college open. Put Russ in. I don't think you see Russ, guys. I disagree with that. And the reason I said that is because if Justin Fields isn't losing and they scored 32 points, you're not going to see Russ next week. It's just the way it goes. Whether it's right or wrong, you're just not going to see it. There was a point in the game, though, that I thought you might have seen Russell Wilson. And that was that interception that actually got flopped back to Justin Fields for the roughing the passer. That interception going into half there, if that would have stood, that right there, I might have said you might have saw Russell Wilson coming out of halftime. If that would have stuck, I could have seen that world. I definitely could have. You're right, guys, though, with some of it. No doubt about it. Well, I agree. It's not nobody. I'm not saying who's right or wrong in anything. I'm just saying that I agree on some of it, no doubt. All right, guys, we are about 22 minutes into the Steelers Live post-game show here on Mike Drop Sports. If you're not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button as we march toward our 4,000 subscriber mark. Let's get there soon, and make sure that we share, like the shows. It's truly awesome to have you guys do that and truly appreciate it. I want to see when I look at my analytics and it says how many times the show was shared. I want to see like 30, 40. That'd be sick. So make sure you guys do that. Let's try to get those numbers up. I truly, truly appreciate you. But let's continue to talk about this Pittsburgh Steelers game as they go to 4-2 and move on to what is next for the Steelers. This game, yes, a lot of room for improvement, but now looking ahead. Go ahead, enjoy a Victory Monday tomorrow. We'll talk a little bit more about this game tomorrow. We will dissect that, but what I want to talk about now a little bit before we move too far into this Raiders win is the Steelers looking ahead at the Jets, the Giants coming up. Are the Steelers now in a position to where the schedule may lighten just a hair with the Jets and the Giants, who aren't doing very well? The Jets have Aaron Rodgers. The Jets have the ability to beat you any given week. But if the Pittsburgh Steelers go in there with a good plan, I think they win that game. And that is on primetime Sunday night yet again next Sunday. That works out for me because I got a game at 2 o'clock with my boys. But that works out again. But what does the Steelers team look like here? If they are able to grab these next 2 games headed into their bye week, week 9, if they are able to do that and grab that W, what does that look like, man? You know, that's 2 wins in a row here. That'd be nice. 6-2 would be nice headed into the bye, guys. Definitely. Maybe they even play, I don't know if they play the Commanders before or after the bye. I thought it was after the bye, but man, that was nice. New York sweep. I'm seeing it. I'm feeling it. James Bauman right now can't make the change this season. Also a future look. My brother-in-law swore I'd see Wilson too. Yeah, and it's not even about us being right or wrong with it, guys. It's about, what are you trying to build here in the city of Pittsburgh? Are you trying to build around a guy like a Russell Wilson? Or are you trying to place and hedge your bet with a younger guy in Justin Fields, a guy that has great athleticism? Are you willing to try to build around him? That's really what you're asking yourself if you're Mike Tomlin. What direction are you trying to move this franchise in? And now, hey, if you have to put Russ in, you have to. But man, guys, I got to bring up something. Russell Wilson looked totally out of sorts and uncomfortable as the backup quarterback. Did he not? He didn't not look like he liked that at all. But that was just one weird thing that I saw. Trap 23 Youngin. Hopefully Zach Frazier gets better because he is a crucial offensive lineman center. We can't afford to lose. I feel like he's been the best part of this Steelers offensive line in 2024, guys. And you are exactly right, Trap. You cannot afford to lose Zach Frazier. McCollum came in and played. It was a limited amount of time, but he was serviceable. He did what he had to do. But losing Zach Frazier is a major blow, guys, considering what the Steelers have had to deal with over this season already in terms of injuries. TD says New York sweep is what I'm seeing. John Broadway, hopefully so. On the next 2 weeks, we need to be Boy Scout prepared. We need to keep the momentum. And yeah, that's what the NFL season's all about, guys, is ebbs and flows, keeping the momentum on your side. You got to try to bully your way into keeping the momentum, man. You really got to keep that momentum. That's so important. Sean says, do we really want a Lamar Jackson 2.0 for the future? Justin's showing me that he is still a running quarterback. I'm not there yet with him, Sean, in my opinion. I still feel like this is new system. This is a new environment for him. I feel like he does make some throws. He is better than he was last year in Chicago in the years prior, in my opinion. I may be wrong also. I just don't think I'm willing to say that he's a Lamar Jackson 2.0 yet. I don't know if I'm there. But again, we're going to have to continue to see his development. You know what I mean? I just don't know if I'm there, though, totally on board with that one just yet. A couple more weeks. If he doesn't really start to grow a little bit more in terms of his throwing downfield, I feel like this, though, you got to give him this, and I think all of you have to give him this. His pocket presence and his awareness have definitely improved. Definitely improved. I can't agree with anybody that says that he doesn't, just because I saw what I saw. I definitely feel like his pocket presence has improved, but that hasn't translated into being able to hit the targets down the field, because I feel like he had some big misses. Now his reads down the field after getting on the move need to be a little bit better. That's why Ben Roethlisberger was so good. His vision down the field on broken plays. That's what he made all his money on. You know what I mean? That's the type of guy you're wanting to see, and that we're accustomed to here in Pittsburgh. But yeah, Justin's a tough cookie to crack here, man. OS go Pittsburgh. When will Frazier be back? Oh, OS, that's going to be something that has to be addressed next week. No one will know when he's back. And anybody that's sitting here giving you reports and telling you this or that, there ain't no way any of these people know until Mike Tomlin gets Zach back to Pittsburgh. He gets through the proper medical evaluations and the doctors determine a time frame and the extent of the injury. There is nothing short of that will tell you anything else, and anybody trying to tell you anything else doesn't truly know, and they're just saying what it is they want to say and trying to get you to watch, to be honest with you. No one knows. Fields is a tush push. Robert Road, why would they schedule a Little League game on an NFL Sunday in Steeler country? I know you were in West Virginia, but that still seems strange. Robert, they worship WVU here, bro. They worship them. Every youth sport that I am involved with tries to play all their games during the NFL season on Sunday. Basketball, everything. It's sickening is what it is. Like, no one gives a shit about WVU sports. They're no good. Let's be honest. Not just dogging. I'm just playing. But yeah, they do it all the time, man. I just get lucky and our games are scheduled the right way. Now, next year when my son moves up a division, I might miss some games next year because I got to say this. Nothing is more important than watching him play ball and coaching them. So I just have to catch up when I get home, Biz, Lamar can throw. Yeah, Lamar can throw, no doubt. Epic Expeditions, I hope you're right. I want to see him make good throws consistently. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, that's what you ultimately want. Matthew Gonzalez, Cowboys are better than the Steelers. Cowboys got their ass stomped and they snuck out of Pittsburgh barely with a win in a game they shouldn't have won, Matthew. Let's be honest, Matthew. Let's be honest. The Cowboys have gotten their ass smacked by the Detroit Lions today and barely beat the Steelers. And the Steelers are so injury riddled, I don't even know how they field a team. Just saying. Thanks, bro. No problem. James Bauman. Hard to make judgment with this wide receiver core and O-line looking lost. Yeah, that is another thing that weighs into the equation too, James, and that's a good point that you bring up there. It is hard to truly evaluate what you have when the offensive line is not good. And the wide receiving core has proven to be not so good, which I thought it was going to be. There's still hope, but we'll see. Girls got lucky, Matthew. How did they do today? Yeah, absolutely. YouTube agent Chiefs and 49ers next week. Doesn't excite me because I don't feel like the 49ers are that good, you know? Trap 33, Youngin, Matthew, UK. Oh, y'all barely beat us. Yes, no doubt. Wave at Tal from Miss Pittsburgh. Robert Road, I grew up in Bears country north of Chicago, and they never had anything lower than NFL on Sunday. Yeah, you don't have nothing on Sundays where I'm from either, and that's in Pennsylvania. Sundays we don't do this unless they're in this weird stage where they do now. But when I was a kid, we didn't do that shit. Sundays were for church and football, baby. Biz, if the Steelers are in question, then the Cowboys shouldn't even be asked about. They are not good. Absolutely. Trap 23 Youngin, and what you think we should look at when we're getting ready to face the Jets. When you're facing the Jets, what you have to do is force Aaron Rodgers to beat you. And I know that sounds crazy, but you want to limit their run game and make him beat you heads up. And I feel like the way that the Steelers are playing in the secondary, I feel like they can cause turnovers. And I feel like they can get to Aaron Rodgers in terms of his mobility. I just don't think it's there anymore. And I think the Steelers can force pressure with TJ and others, whoever may be in there. Maybe you get Alex Highsmith back, somebody. But I think the Steelers can create turnovers against Aaron Rodgers. And I think that's what you do. Challenge Aaron Rodgers to beat you and really put heat on him and force him into checkdowns and allow your linebackers and your DBs to come up and make those hits. I feel like that's what you got to do against the Jets, man. They're going to have a stellar defense against the Steelers, I'm sure. And I don't look for it to be a super high-scoring game on the Steelers' end, but we'll see what happens. I got to do more research, though, on the Jets, guys. I'll be 1,000% honest with you. I haven't really watched any of the Jets this season except for a few highlights. So I am way behind on that, which I will catch up on it, though, this week because the Steelers are playing them. Again, thank you guys for cranking the shit out of that like button. I truly appreciate it. I truly appreciate the super chats. So let's keep all that going. Truly appreciate it. You guys are absolutely awesome. And let's continue to share, like, all that good stuff as the show continues here on our live Steelers post-game show here on Mic Drop Sports. Tomorrow is a good Monday for us and Yuns. Cheers to the Steelers. Cheers to the Steelers. Absolutely. No doubt. Oh, long T for the W. Yep, no doubt. What's that mean? I'm lost, Foot's big. I would super chat, but I'm broke, can barely afford to eat. Sorry, dude. Yeah, don't super chat if you ain't got. Do not do that, bro. You take care of you. Jason will be fine. You take care of you. But I appreciate the gesture, my friend. Absolutely. But do not ever do that. Do not ever, guys, don't ever do that, please. Oh, man, that would crush my soul. Oh, okay, Foots. Okay. I didn't know what it was. All right, guys. Make sure you put your comments, questions, and concerns inside of the chat here. We're going to start winding things down with our Steelers Live post-game show. So any closing comments that you guys want to put out there, since we did our pregame, since we'll be back tomorrow morning, I just wanted to get on, talk to you guys a little bit, talk a little bit about the Pittsburgh Steelers going to 4-2 ahead of the AFC North with the Baltimore Ravens in a tie. So I want you guys to, anything else you want to talk about, throw it in the chat there. I'm reading it over here on the left. So if you see me looking over, that's what I'm looking at because I have it on the big screen. So you guys make sure. Vic G, Rod Woodson, best ever. Yeah, I love old Rod the Bod, baby. TD says Steelers scoring 30 points. It's a miracle. Yeah, it's the first time in a few years. Yeah. Or no, they scored it last year with Mason. Yeah, it hasn't been many times, man. Not many. Fields is not good, man. That's from Fear X Solo. Yeah, I mean, we're all entitled. We're all entitled to. We just got to watch it play out, guys. Man, drinking that coffee get me fired up. Fired up, boys. All right. All right, anything else you guys want to chit chat about? Hey, no kids don't got school tomorrow here in Mon County. Pumped, 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 pumped. No football practice tomorrow. Dude, it's going to be a nice day. It's going to be a nice day up in here. So nice. All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up, man. Again, appreciate everything that you guys did for this show. These typically ain't super long. Sometimes they are when Sean and I are on, but not super long today. Thanks, man. You too, Sean. But yeah, we're gonna dive in. Got the day off tomorrow. Gonna do yard work. That's from Biz. You're gonna do some yard work. Yeah, I think I started painting this week throughout the house in different places. I know it's a brand new house, but when you move in, you scuff stuff. You know what I mean? So I was painting things over and doing all that. Absolutely. Good night, John. Absolutely. Woodson, Mel Blunt. Yes, it was good times watching them. 11 IMTs, 14 games in 75. Yeah, you don't get that no more, Robert. Not at all. Don't get tore up by those fire ants, man. I hate ants, bro. I hate ants. I hate them. All right, guys. Well, hey, this is Mike Drop Sports. I'm Jason. If you didn't watch it now, you can catch it later. Dive in and spread the word of the channel to others by sharing and liking and all that good stuff. And then we'll be back tomorrow with our daily upload. And I got some ideas, so I might even record it tonight. We'll see. That way, and then just schedule the recording to come out like at 5:30 in the morning. That's what I got to train myself to do. Record the night before, then have it come out early in the morning at 5 a.m. That way, everybody going to work, it'll just pop right up. Hang out with us at Mike Drop Sports, have a cup of Joe, get yourself fired up for Steelers throughout the week with a good show and good cup of Joe in the morning, man. So yeah, but anyway, thank you guys, appreciate it. Peace. Until next time, I'm Jason. This is Mike Drop Sports. Appreciate you. Bye.